So therefore, you'd have to have a good friendship. A lot of times we don't think about that. We don't think of, if this is rocky, this is all going to suck. So I'll be honest with you guys, I didn't do this during junior high, so this is kind of new for me. But I wanted to share something with you. My grandmother actually died 2 days ago, and we were at the funeral, and we went through, we're going through her boxes. And it was really sad because during the funeral, my grandpa turned to me and he was saying, you know what, he's 90 years old, and he's like, you know, he's like, the other day we were just sitting on the couch and talking about things, and she's had a broken hip and a bad heart, and he's got emphysema, and this has been bad. And he's like, they were like, we don't know what to do. Like, I can't, you know, your health is going down, my mind's going. It's like, I don't know what's going to happen. And my grandma turned to him and said, you know what, no matter what, you've been my best friend my whole life, and I'm going to do whatever it takes to take care of you. And he, you know, he kind of turned around and said the same thing, and they said, Dad, I love you, which was a really good thing for me to hear. But we're going through my grandma's stuff, and I found a love letter that my grandpa wrote during World War II. So I brought a copy of that. It said, Dearest, just a few lines to let you know I'm okay. Won't have much time to write. Hope this finds you in the best of health. I'm just a little sleepy now as I am on guard. It is now 1 o'clock in the morning. As you can imagine, I'm a little sleepy. How are you getting along by this time? Honey, I hope you are not having to work too hard and having enough time to enjoy yourself a little bit, as well as working. We'll kind of skip down here a little bit. But there is nothing that I can enjoy more than being with you. I get so lonesome for you because nothing over here is real. Honey, you will never know how much I have missed you. If there's any doubt in your mind as to my love for you, I shall be ready to make any and all amends at any time. There is no girl in all my life I have loved as I have you. There may have been time that may have been in doubt about it, but maybe there is still yet. But if there is, you are far wrong. Honey, I shall love you all. I should love you as long as there is breath in my life in me, with all my heart and soul. Good night and bye for now. With all my love to you, my darling, Ash. So, and for me, that was really important to hear, because that really said a lot to, you know, my grandpa was building his house, and he's building it with rock, and that was what was able to carry them all the way up to 90 years old. And that's something that's like, because let's be honest, I'm going to be old and ugly someday, and I'm going to need someone that A, knows a lot of good knock-knock jokes, or it's, you know, it's going to be built on all this, because that's what's going to go for the better and worse in sickness and health. And that just spoke a lot to me, and I want to kind of share that to you. But here's the last little part. You guys ready for this? This is the cap to the MTV Pimpin' Cribs. Ready? Get excited about this, because I'm excited about it. Woo! Very nice. It's the second time. Eh? It's the cat in the house, baby. But you notice I put sexy time up there. I didn't put sex. Because there's so much more that's involved with it. It's becoming intimate with somebody, sharing hopes, futures, and dreams. There's so much into it. And it's one of those, it's like, you know, that's a good-looking house, you know, when you got that in conjunction with all this, you worked your way through the stages. That's just kind of like a box. But it's kind of cool that I can't get that, but that fits on there. And it's one of those, it's like to realize the value that really that place is in there, because at any point when you're going through these different series and they're within the, you know, building a relationship, what you do kind of acts as the glue that goes in between those. You know, there's actually a chemical called serotonin that's released from your brain, and that locks in good memories or bad memories. So if you really take these steps to heart and you start talking about them and you try to build your house on the rock, you know, your house isn't going to fall apart. Or if you cheat yourself in how to build that, like for example, we'll throw some examples out there. Have you guys ever heard of friends with benefit? All right, so what we're going to do, it's like, you know, Price is Right here, the whole thing's going to go down and stop. All right, so you got friendship and then you got sexy time. Doesn't look like a normal house, right? Looks like a hut. So that's not going to work out because, you know, you're missing all these other things that are really going to help protect your heart and that make it be a beneficial thing. Now here's the thing too, is I always had a basketball coach. I sucked at basketball. I'll be honest, I got picked on. But if he's like, dude, if you practice poorly every day, when you get to the game, you're gonna play horribly. And when I was in college, I did that. I did that with my relationships. I put sexy time first, then a relationship, then I started evaluating the friendship. And I'm like, oh, this person's not loyal. They don't respect me. We don't have common interests. And I was like, oh man, and my house fell over. So it's like, I was practicing like, I don't even know the terminology of basketball anymore. That's how bad it sucked. So, I was just practicing really poorly. So it really, behooves us to like start thinking about, not selling ourselves short and taking shortcuts in a relationship and spending that time in friendship and evaluating that, because that's what's going to anchor us. So I'm going to be laying these notes here because any other papers I got in my pocket here. So, but it's one of those things. It's like to start realizing it takes time and energy to build a really good house, and the techniques of building a house. We need to investigate it. We need to go look for it, because there's no, like, I can't hand you a 6-page pamphlet on how to date, but if you want to do well in an exam, you guys study, right? So it's like, let's, look at, relationships. How does the other gender, communicate? I realize, and I'm going to be honest, girls are complicated, okay? One of the first conversations I've ever had with my current girlfriend, we were talking about two totally different topics for 5 minutes, and we didn't realize it. I was talking about IHOP, the pancake place, and she was talking about IHOP as in like another state. And it took 5 minutes to realize that, because our communication techniques were very different. So, putting some effort into that has really helped out, because I'm very specific and straight to the point, and she's very vague. I'm like, she'll be talking for 5 minutes. I'm like, well, can you, yeah, let's expand on that, because that really helped me out right now. So now I've had to learn to, and she'll come up to me and be like, oh, so what are you thinking? Nothing. What do you want to do? I don't care. Do you have any feelings about what's going on? No. So I've had to learn to like dive deeper, actually get myself out there a little bit. But, and here's the thing, that we could do like a 6-week series on dating and still have a lot more information. But just kind of want to throw that out there and challenge you guys, because it's one of those, it's like, go home and figure out what your game plan is. Figure out what you want to do. Because once you get into a relationship, sometimes it's too late to start evaluating what you're going to stand for, So it's important to kind of like investigate those things. Go home and write that down. What are your boundaries? What are things, hills you're going to die on, things that you're going to say no to? Because here, we're going to do a little scenario. Don, you ready for this? You ready? Okay. Friday night, you feeling me? About 1 o'clock in the morning. Okay. We'll say you're watching a nice little movie in the basement with your chica. Okay? Alright? Now, if you're watching a movie in the basement, you don't have the lights on, right? You gotta have the ambiance. Right? So, and we're in the basement, right? So, guess what? It's cold in the basement, so you whip out that blanket. You're gonna have to start making decisions. How is this gonna help, help build my house? So, because when you're there and you don't have a battle plan, it can get crazy. So, but I just challenge you to think about that and to pray about it and start thinking about these things, because my goal for you guys is to have a really great relationship and not to be in a bad one. And